Hello fans of software development in the cloud. Today I'm going to show you how Spring Boot in the latest version 3 is supporting this case. We will build a native Docker image with the help of Spring Boot. And the good thing about this native Docker image is that it has a lightning fast start in the cloud, and that is very good if you want to scale your application. Then the startup time of your application should be super fast, and we will have it in less than 1 second. And that's why this native images with the ahead of time compilation from the GraalVM are so good. If you are interested in more details about this in general, have a look in my blog. I will link it in the description. So here we see the Spring initializer, and we will see the project which we set up. It's a Java 17 project based on latest Spring Boot version, and we will have Spring Web and Spring Boot Actuator so that we can see something in the browser, and GraalVM native support to build a proper native image with the Spring Boot 3 version. I will create this project with a wizard inside my IDE. So I choose new Spring Starter project. And I will use the same things as we have seen before. Its project name will be native demo, Java version 17, Maven, and then we need the 3 dependencies, which was the Spring Boot Actuator. We need Spring Web, and we need GraalVM native support, and that's it. That the wizard now generates a new project, and here it is already. The interesting thing is only the Maven configuration, and the good thing about the Maven configuration is that there are no surprises in it. It's a simple Spring Boot project. That is something we see based on the parent POM. We see that it is based on Spring Boot Starter parent in version 3.0.5, so the latest one as of today. Anything else is, again, no surprise. And we see the dependencies as expected. The native Maven plugin is something which you get by adding these dependency, which we had here, GraalVM native support. That adds this dependency to our project configuration, and that's the important part here. So let's quickly build this application now, and therefore I run it as a Maven build, and the Maven build will have the profile native. That's very important. If you want to build your Spring Boot project native, you have to set the profile native, and that is something we get from the parent POM. And I will do first a clean, and then I will do Spring Boot build image as the Maven goal to really build the Docker image. I will skip the tests here, and now the build starts. We see as usually the logs in the console about this. And one important thing you have to know about native images, they have this super fast start of the application later, but you have to pay for this. And you pay for this with a very long build time. So typically the Maven build of a simple project like this one should be super fast. But here in this case, we see already now that it takes some more time, and it will take us on my machine probably around 6 or 7 minutes. It really depends on the machine and how complex your project is, how long the build will take. And that is because now all dependencies and all classes are pre-compiled, and that enables us the super fast start of our native image. I will make now a pause in the video and come back to you as soon as the build is completed. The build was successful. The native image has been built within 8 minutes and 10 seconds. The name of our native image is native demo in version 0.1, and that fits exactly to the values configured in our Maven configuration. So yeah, let's move on and start this native image now. I open a terminal and let me show you first Docker image list. So I list all Docker images, and here we can see the native demo image has been built 43 years ago, but that is somehow a bug here. Of course, I built it right now, but the creation date is wrong. Here you see some other images I built. But let's start now this image, and therefore we use docker run -ti so that I can close the shell and I can run it in the shell. And we need a port mapping from port 8080 on my local host to port 8080 in the Docker image, and native demo is the name of the image in version 0.1. So let's start this. The Spring application started. It's a native demo application. Unfortunately, it has this strange package name. Yeah, I missed this during the setup of the project. If you go back, you will see it in the Spring initializer that I used ChatGPT. I have a package name, but that doesn't make any sense here. So we have now the native demo application running, and as you can see, it started in 0.4 seconds, so it was way faster than 1 second. And yeah, let's try if it is really working. Therefore, I open in my browser localhost port 8080/actuator. That's what we installed additionally. And here you can see we get really results from our Docker container and from the actuator endpoint. So last thing is, let's do a tiny comparison. I will kill it now. So you see it's gone. And let's just start the image as a regular Spring Boot application without a native image. So we start the application classically. And here you can see that this start takes way more time. Here in this case, it took 3 seconds, nearly 4 seconds. And if we compare it once again with the start of the native image, we can see that this is way faster, and that is the lightning fast start. So this time it was 1/10 of a second, 0.1.5 seconds. And yeah, that's it about native images. The important thing is the more dependencies your Maven configuration has, the bigger your project is, there is a higher chance that you will have issues building a native image and that you have to deal with those images. So probably it works best for small, simple projects which are maybe based on an API by providing a REST endpoint. So if you liked my video, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel that you get all the updates about future videos I'm going to make. See you next time.